ahead and show you what those things are. There's so many great things happening right now. So I want to make sure that you know about them. Here's the first one. We finished a couple of amazing webinars. And the reason that they were amazing was because well, we had a guest, Laura Gardner, on the one we did for Sidelitz Education, and that was about supporting families of immigrants and refugees during remote learning. We already had 2,000 views on that video, and Laura also offers her PowerPoint. So I want to make sure you know about that. All of these links I am going to put in the description today. Promise, I've already written them out. So this time I will actually do it right away. So you've got right here where you can find that. The other webinar was done by Sidelitz Education, by Saddleback Educational Publishing, big friend of ours. I love Saddleback because I just use their books in my classroom so much. But aside from that, this was just about supporting English learners with interruptions in education. And that one ended up amazing because of the way that they partner with us and because they gave me an opportunity to share some of the best things happening. I just want you to know, happening for our English learners, I want you to know that these things are available in replay. So here are the links, but again, I'm going to go ahead and put them in the description as soon as I stop live streaming, because I am live streaming right now, getting out of my comfort zone. All right, what else is happening? So those things are available to you in replay, and the PowerPoints are available to you, and everybody's asking for them. So that's that. Now, what's coming up? Well, today is April 1st. This is not an April Fool's Day joke, though. Today is April 1st. So some things that are happening today, I would absolutely, if you don't already listen to the Highest Aspirations podcast, get that wherever you get your podcasts. It's not just in these places, but for example, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Podchaser. You could also go to elevationeducation.com and look under community and look for podcasts to get this podcast. But the reason I'm telling you about it today is their new campaign, Look for the Helpers. That's fabulous. It's really fabulous. Steve Sofronis is interviewing some really cool, inspiring people. And I want you to know I want you to know that. So look under blogs. And Ton Nguyen and I were on today. It's going to be published today. And we're making some big announcements today about some things that are happening this year. So we'd love for you to tune into the Highest Aspirations podcast and look for the latest episode with Carol Salva and Ton Nguyen. What else is happening right now? Oh my goodness. If you're listening to this in real time, which is actually, today's not April 1st, today is March 31st. Who knows what day it is, right? Who knows? The podcast, the Elevation podcast, is still coming out today. Just because I don't know what day it is, they know what day it is. Today's March 31st, and tonight at 6:30 p.m. Central, we're having a meetup. Okay, this is our third week to do these meetups. So we learn a little bit more each time, right? This time, what we're learning, where we are, is that we can get everybody into the Zoom, and I'm using my personal Zoom, okay? I know we can only fit 100 people in the room when I use my personal one, but VirtuEL is just something that Ton and I put together. It's not, we don't want a registration. We don't want you to have to register. We don't want an email. We don't want any of that for VirtuEL. So what we have found is just come into the room, come in at 6:30 p.m. Central if you want to join us. And if for whatever reason you can't get into the Zoom, come here. It will be streaming right here on my YouTube channel. So you just go to this short link, bit.ly, VirtuEL, and you're going to see there's a link for the Zoom right there. And it also says, if you don't fit in the room, click this other link and you can watch it live stream. Okay, that's my workaround. And it's pretty good. It's worked out pretty well. So big thanks to Brett Goslin and Katie Topple, who will be leading the conversation this evening. And we are going to be talking about the VirtuEL 19 keynote by Andrea Honigfeld and Maria Dove, and they're coming to our Zoom. So this is super exciting that we are rebooting all of these virtual conferences that we've done. So come to that too. Thanks to everybody in this picture that is helping reboot VirtuEL lately. Another thing that you should know about this week is all week long, there is a slow chat, and also being hosted by our friend Brett Goslin. He is amazing. If you don't know Brett, you should be following Brett. So this is a great opportunity for you to do that. This is something that is on Twitter. You do not have to come to Twitter, but if you wanted to, this is all week long, same thing. We are talking about the VirtuEL conferences, the 2017, 2018, and this week we are talking about 2019. And we're just all week long. A slow chat is where you just use the hashtag, like you can see right here, VirtuEL, and just search on that. And Brett is going to be putting out questions. So it's when you have time. The wonderful thing about a slow chat. So that's happening. Oh my goodness, look at what's happening on Thursday. Now, this is the correct date, Thursday, April 2nd. Tan Nguyen and Valentina Gonzalez are going to be doing this free webinar. You don't want to miss it. Again, I'm pointing to the short link. That is something you have to type it in, case sensitive, Sidelets PD. So I will put it in the show notes. I'm not the show notes, in the description of this video, and you can just cut and paste it, but you do need to have, say, case sensitive. If for some reason you have trouble, just come to sideletseducation.com and look under upcoming events. If you look under upcoming events, you're going to see that this is one of two that they're doing. And if you know these people, you know. If you don't know these people, or if you do know these people, come on Thursday. This is supporting EL's reading during distance learning. And you know, we want to learn from these two rock stars in the field. That one's on Zoom. And it will be available in replay. These are brought to you by Sidelets Education, and they will always be offered in replay right back at that same location on our website. Okay, so let's go back to Twitter real quick. If you have the Boosting Achievement book, or even if you don't, because if you don't, you can still go to my blog. See where I have here, if you don't have the book, you could read the 5 blog posts that go with the book study, and you could participate, because South Carolina ESOL is doing the book study right now, and it's a very inspiring thing. So if you want to jump into that, we'd love to have you on Twitter. I keep seeing their tweets go across, and so sometimes they tag me. And so I'm very honored that Anna Mattis and I wrote this Boosting Achievement for students with interrupted or minimal education. And there are so many ways we can help them. This is a very inspiring opportunity to work with teachers. And right now they're doing this over 5 weeks, and they're in week 3, and you can jump in on that. What else is going on this week? Oh my goodness, look at Saturday. Saturday, I get to hang out with Dorina Sackman again. We did this last Saturday for VoicED Radio, and just because our PLN is so amazing and people called in and it was very high in the ratings, they've asked us to come back. So if you don't know about education radio, you should, and you can just go to voicED.ca. But notice how it's spelled right there, VoicED.ca. 24 hours a day, education radio. Tune in right now. It's fantastic. But on Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern, this Saturday, April 4th, we're going to be taking your calls. And I just can't tell you how much fun it is. Dorina is amazing. If you don't know her, you need to know her. Absolutely. Come on Saturday, please. Okay. A lot of people are asking me, where's the podcast? Where's the podcast, Carol? I've recorded 2. And they're coming out this week. I promise. So please subscribe in iHeartRadio or on VoicED or wherever you get your podcasts, and you will get them as soon as they come out, the most recent episodes. But I want to make sure you know, on my blog, you have it here. Look right here, the podcast. You could click on that. You could click on the book study. You could just watch videos. But this is where all the show notes and everything are available. My blog is the best place to get updates and things to everything coming out when I put it out. So I just want to make sure you know about my blog. All right, that was last week. And we just want to thank Jenna Echeverria again for joining us last week. And we want you guys to know that that video is also available on the VirtuEL website. Please check it out. And that's where I'm gonna leave. That's where I'm gonna leave you guys. I'm practicing live streaming, and I thought, what better way to practice? So, thanks for subscribing to this channel. If you want to get up to date on all things that I'm involved in, I'm going to be trying to do these short videos that kind of sync up a lot of things that you can tap into during the week. All right, have a great day out there. You know what? You're awesome. We'll see you soon. Now, here's where I practice. How do I get out of live streaming? Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. Stop the live stream.